Welcome to Redhead Rewriting Reality by Kim Iverson. The story of my life as I figure out who I am after a lifetime of abuse and share my journey with that. Sharing the story of building my author career, the struggles, bettering self, and creating a new life. I'm a multi-genre author who publishes under Kimberly Sue Iverson. If you'd like to explore my work, visit KimberlySueIverson.com. This audio is intended for an adult audience. Themes and topics may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Now, get yourself comfy and make yourself at home, and let's dive in. A dip into the dark. I have found myself struggling a bit in the mental space. Struggling a lot, to be honest. Often I worry over admitting that to anyone but my best friend, because I know she will not freak out and simply listen. But this podcast and blog is a space that I am raw and vulnerable and open. So I speak the honesty I hold at that minute. It could change all the time. When you hear these or read these, they may be published ahead of time, so I've already passed through this. But I worry because this world has a weird need to send help to people, assuming that being in the darkness and suffering means something will happen unless they intervene. They are the singular savior. Here is the truth about someone like me. If I'm telling you, I'm not likely doing something. It's in the quiet moments you never know about that I hit my darkest points, alone, completely. And when nobody knows, and nobody could do anything about if I were to do something. Because when someone is truly at that point, no, we don't tell you. Some may, some will. Others, like me, plan it out carefully in their head to ensure they are completely alone and completely able to go through with it. We don't do it for attention. We do it for finality, for silence at last, for freedom from pain at last. So don't assume, seriously, stop it. My honesty means intervene with anything. I am simply telling my story, one that could be hard to hear, one that you cannot change, fix, or do a thing about. One that you are merely to take in and hear. All that you need to do. Saying that, I always know that I'll have a lot of people wanting to offer their sage advice. Let me know how things will improve. Perk up. This too shall pass. That isn't why I say those things, though. I'm not being honest and open about how I feel to be therapized. I'm merely stating, this is how I am feeling. This is a feeling I am experiencing. To be understood and nothing more. To express what I am dealing with. We have become way too much of a society where we think we have to fix constantly instead of simply hearing, witnessing, taking in another's story, instead of simply listening to understand what that individual deals with or has. Have you ever noticed that those who are doing great and spreading joy and cheer and shouting from the rooftops that they're super happy and everything is great. You don't see comments trying to say that it's going to pass, that it's just a fleeting feeling, that things will change and conditions will downgrade. Don't worry, that happiness isn't lasting. You'll be miserable soon. Just wait a bit. No. People celebrate them, relate to them, party up with them, tell stories about how great things are with their own lives. They understand and sympathize and remain present with them. They witness, understand, relate. It's sort of like those who tell the quiet to speak more. But how often do the talkers get told to stop talking as much? How often are introverts told, get out of the house? But are extroverts told, stay in the house more? It's usually the ones who are seen as different from the normal who are focused on as the right path. Don't be upset. Don't be sad. Don't live in that space. Don't live in the darkness. Get positive. Stay positive. Be positive. It'll be great, great, great soon enough. Toxic positivity is exhausting. Moods ebb and flow. No feeling is final. Rather than perhaps, let me sit in this muck with you and just be with you. Why, when someone is struggling, do people often want to fix it? After all, you're broken and suffering, so I need you to get back to being happy, happy, happy. I need you to be normal, or I can't be around you. You're such a drag on my happiness. I can't be around you. Oh, but wait until that person goes through it, and not just for one fleeting moment. They'll understand finally why often we choose to face stuff like that alone. I certainly do. Society figures, I have to improve you so all will be good in my world. I will feel better about myself because you are now at a baseline of happy. Yes, I'm sure a lot will pick up on the plain as day attitude, and the gripey attitude, and the miserable attitude, or smug, whatever else you'd like to throw in there. Call me the worst things imaginable. Make me a monster in your eyes, and turn me into the villainess in your story. I will become that very thing for you. Honestly, I'm past that. I will not force a smile to ease your comfort. I will not be extremely happy and exhaust myself so that I fit into your comfort zone. Like the man who messaged me last week to let me know that I wasn't God's gift like I believed myself to be. I'm more, in fact, a gift from the devil, if you want to be technical. I am a redhead, after all. Or how about the other who'd messaged a week or more prior to let me know the reason I wondered why I couldn't find a good man was because of X, Y, Z. I haven't wondered why I can't find a good man, you imbecile. I'm surrounded by them. I attract the most amazing men in the world who are really good to me. I deal with so many that yes, a percentage like you are going to suck ass. But the men I get close to and know are incredible individuals. Also super attractive. Just saying. That goes beyond looks, mind you. Most of them are in relationships, long distance, or we just don't fit. Because coincidentally, both people can be amazing humans and yet not work for a relationship. Yet we make really good friends. That made me think of a post I saw that said in the future people will be making lives with their friends, choosing to spend their life with a friend and moving into a house together, building a life together. Just two friends. One part of me is going, we're literally doing that. All versions of it. Another part of me goes, so basically that's going to be re-accepted? Like how people have the outdated idea that when you're 18, you're to move out on your own, and it works perfectly. Kick the kid. They'll be right in the head and a lovely healthy adult for it. For some, that may work. But for some, you have now destroyed them and who they are, and they will never again be a good, decent adult. People will argue that, but are we not noticing all the unhealthy relationships everywhere? The rise in sexual posts and people treating others disgusting? There is a before that led up to that. It could contribute or it could not. Again, I am not a mastermind of every human on earth, so I could not say. But you think that doesn't contribute to some? If you don't prepare that child as they grow up to learn how to survive in the adult world and how to find work and homes and take care of their space and cook, clean, etc., what may happen is that you have now created someone who could end up living on the street. Congrats, you amazing parents. You threw your child into the streets. Others will still argue they did end up living on the street, but then made a better life for themselves, and they're glad they got kicked out. This is why I have never understood expecting us all to be like one another. Everything can be a positive, and everything can have a negative. All of our experiences are different, and there is no one template that will work for each individual. Because again, we are all different. It's what can cause a lot of harm in the mind of people like myself. The comparison trap, the insecure trap, you name it. My mind never stops confirming all the negatives about me, all the shameful things as proof of how I'm not a good person, that I'm everything negative said about me. No matter how much good I shove in there, how many books I read, affirmations I say, my mind was broken long ago and remains so. I mean, I'm sure most of the negatives I am the horror story in someone's life. I am the negative experience that will forever live on in someone. I am the rude, cold, avoidant, and whatever other insult someone wants to hurl. I've also never said I wasn't, expected anyone to believe different, believed myself as different, or said I know everything. I don't claim to. I am also the greatest thing to some, the most wonderful, amazing to others, the inspiration to some. I don't call myself an expert in anything. I offer my own personal opinion on anything I speak on. I'm not a professional. I am not a know-it-all. I know very little about anything. My advice is never be all and all. And I'm not a doctor. I am simply sharing my story, as I've said 1,000,000 times, and offering a different perspective. sharing any of your stories as well. If you enjoy, I love you so much for it. If you told me you listen, I'm now super self-conscious, but thank you truly for caring about my little space in the world. It means so much, you have no idea. I find it weird when people want to argue anything I've said in my life as if it's the be-all, end-all. It isn't, nor is yours. I am super insecure and hold very little confidence. So when they think me smug, I roll my eyes too. I have natural sass that's hard to curb, a strong will, and a way that only seems as if I'm hyper confident. I'm not. I'm super shy and will lose a friendship sooner than gain courage to reach out to someone sometimes. I have flaws up the wazoo. These are things I am constantly working on every single day and minute and fail constantly around. Then try again and continue to do so. Everyone has such a weird view for people too. If they don't talk to you within 24 hours, that silence means a lot. Move on. Or, hear me out. They might have something going on, be sick, not be near the phone, or with a friend who needs help and they're focused there, are traveling, are working, are sleeping. You're right though. People who don't stick glued to their phone and reply the instant you text or call and do it again and again so that they can't even breathe during the day are most definitely not interested. They just hate your guts. They laugh at you with all their friends. They are evil and vile. Even if someone is near a phone, tablet, computer, whatever, nobody owes you their time. Imagine that they're forcing themselves to contact you no matter how they feel or what they're up to, just to ensure you're aware that they are still there. Just to ensure you are happy, whether they even want to or not. Whether they're tired, feel sick, have anything going on. And yet, you want them to absolutely check in the instant you text, or at least once a day, no matter what they feel like, even if they're just too tired to have a decent conversation. You want them to reply like it's work, a job, a check-in. Sounds fun. I'll pass. Why can't I just be treated normal? Or another when we say we're in a bad space mentally? Why must we change to do better and fit your level of comfort at having to deal with someone who isn't happy-go-lucky 24/7? That simply isn't realistic or healthy. Even you who believe you're a great person and healthy, when you treat another who isn't always happy and in your eyes isn't right as something wrong, well, don't get offended or blame me when you see the old Kim return. The mean Kim. The bitch Kim. The one who didn't give a care about being alone because being with others who made her feel wrong for being exuberant and happy all the time and bubbly and energetic made her shrink into herself. Now, because I'm not that person all the time, because life happened and tossed me about a lot, I'm also in the wrong. There is no right way to another except their way, it seems, not what is best for me. Very few rare individuals actually want us to be our true, authentic selves. They may say so, but it's in those subtle words and actions. Funny that, huh? Funny that your approval isn't needed for me or anyone else to feel what we feel. I don't need your validation on how I feel. If you think I'm in the wrong for being how I am, so what? If you think I'm acting immature or hateful or anything, so what? If you don't want to be around me because of it, so what? That's one of those gripes men will often give me when they want to randomly come at me with vitriol. That I'll never find a man. That I'll never be in a relationship. And I've seen countless women and men deal with those sorts of comments too. That's going under the assumption that a person will die without being in a relationship, and that's the be-all, end-all goal. That if they're single, they're over here desperate to find someone, anyone to be there. Many of us have been single for long enough. We've seen how much better we can be when not in a space of a person's life who doesn't really want the relationship with us. Many of us have learned to appreciate the gift of a good relationship and know how to find one, so we won't settle for just who is there, who want that other also to find their person. So don't remove them from the quote-unquote market just because they're available, who are seeking not a quickie, but something to slowly build with someone who also wants to grow, to be better together. Life made me how I am. Family and friends and everything contributed to me feeling this way, becoming this way. I know it's easier to look at me as wrong, see me as the problem. I am the problem, so don't be around me. Don't be around others like me. We have lived this long, for as long as we've known. We've fought battles to keep breathing that you know nothing about. Wars have raged inside of us to keep being good when nearly all we've seen is bad. Things we would never share because you could never handle some that lurks inside that we've seen. We have forged this path alone when all around us abandoned us and shit on us for not being right, being normal, being perfect. We have had to battle back the darkness and heal alone, time and again. We have been cast aside again and again, ostracized by people for being who we are, authentically us every time. We have been called monsters and bitches and assholes for just trying to keep breathing when we've done nothing wrong. When we were born with our brain not working the way others did, some to the point they need medication just to fit into society's rules about what it is to be normal, or else you don't get work, you don't get love, you don't get friends. You want to know a secret? I am who I am, and I have people who love me exactly as I am. When I am mean, when I am cold, when I am happy, when I am turned on, when I am crazy, when I am normal. Passion fills my veins, and they do not flinch when it comes out. They loved me deeply and presently, and they hold tight to me even on the bad days when I get scared and try to push them away or run and hide. They simply sit with me in the darkness and know that is all I need. I don't need admiration and worship. I don't need critiques. I only need to be loved, seen, accepted, as I am. I can be loved as I am. They have fought for me to be that way, helped me to grow, and loved me despite all those negatives. So I have poured my love into them, and I spoil them with my time and my presence, because they deserve everything good this world has to offer. I know I can count on them to give me tangible help, as they know I will do. Not therapized when I'm not well, not told the feelings aren't real and they'll pass. They know I am this person. I am the darkness as much as the light, the wrong, the bad, the good, the weird. I'm not something to be fixed. I am broken, and they accept me as a whole person. I am cracked and scarred, and they know that, and they still love me fully and wholly. They know that I will better myself, but I will forever remain closer to that darkness than not. That I will forever stand at the edge of the precipice and want to jump in, and every minute I have to find one single small reason not to. People like me are ostracized and shunned because all those traditional and lovely methods that are pushed and meant to work to fix a person and make them normal haven't worked. We are those negative reviews that nobody wants to see. We are the hidden comments that reflect the truth. We are purposely cast aside and kept out of the way, brushed under the carpet because society doesn't like those who are different, outside of the box. Teach others that it's okay to be that way. Those who accept they are broken and will never be fixed. And that is okay. It is okay to live within that darkness and shadow and still spread light. Or even just give completely up and not take part anymore in society because society and they don't work anymore. We are those who others say avoid because deep down we see the truth in others that they don't want us to see. We expose their facade and how to spot those abusers and controllers, and they don't like that. We don't remain silent and on the floor when we are knocked down. We constantly get back up and look the real monsters in the eye who look normal and decent, and that is not acceptable. We fight to ensure just one more doesn't have to join the outcast club that we were forced into or joined of our free will. When we realized it doesn't make me something wrong to be broken, it means I simply have suffered a life that I didn't ask for since I was a child that made me become different, and I will not be ashamed of it or self anymore. I will not bear the weight of others' judgments and hatred and shame and humiliation. I am the face of the broken, of the one who will never be fixed, of the one whose pain and injuries are so deeply rooted from a lifetime of misfortunes and trauma and abuse that they will never be unraveled in this lifetime. I am the product of pain and hatred, jealousy and rage. I am the other woman to a woman who hated that her husband treasured her daughter, so she punished me daily for existing, when she couldn't see he treasured his wife too. I am the face of the person who looks in the mirror and doesn't like what they see. I am the face of the one who had precious things taken from her that should have been loved and adored and not torn away. I am the face of the one who has shed tears enough to fill every waterway and ocean on this planet, maybe more, who has lain awake at night so many times wondering why. Why me? What did I do to deserve this life? Was I so terrible of human in another life, if those are real, that I deserved a life filled with pain so deep as this? Is this the life I chose if I was to learn these lessons? For what purpose? This is the face of the broken, one others may try to fix, and then blame me yet again for being unfixable when I never asked them to try. Because their attempts didn't work. I didn't try hard enough. Do it right. For saying I'm the one in the wrong. I'm the person with the issues. I just enjoy suffering. Or whatever other countless things they say to say we are the problem. Because we don't fit in when we have fucking tried. That still is not enough, it seems. We are the black sheep. We are the shadows who lurk because it's quieter there. We don't have to suffer the ones who don't understand telling us yet again we are the ones in the wrong and we need to get help. We are wrong for the way we are. We need to be fixed so we can fit in. When in those countless tears shed in darkest of nights, the realization slowly begins to dawn. When watching those laughing, enjoying life, fitting in with the normals that all want people like us to be. Realization sinks in when you lose everything again and again, when life is constantly knocking you down to force you down further and further, when you try to move forward and the carpet is yet ripped from beneath you. The realization hits. I am broken, and I'm meant to be. I'm meant to shatter, to fall apart, to ask why. I'm meant to fall again and again into the darkness, because the darkness is where I feel right, because I'm a small little flame that never truly dims, no matter how much I'm broken, no matter how often the tears come. I'm a gentle guidance for those without a voice who live within those shadows. Others like me are as well. We are the ones who are brave enough to live within that darkness and never allow it to consume us, to never allow it to destroy our hearts, to turn us cold and mean. We are meant to fall apart, to show that you can put yourself together, or you can live broken, but it does not lessen your worth, who you are, your ability to be loved. I'm the small flicker of light that can guide others out, to watch them climb out as I remain behind, to ensure another gets out. Because no matter how much that giant foot of life tries to stomp out that flame, it continues. It continues to gently weave in and out of others, creating wings in them to fly. It's why I can't fit in. I'm not meant to. It's why I can't heal, why nothing has ever changed. No matter how much time and effort was put in, no matter how much I claw and scream and begged and bled, when I prayed again and again for the morning to not come, to have the strength to finally be done with it all and end this all so I could have some silence and be without pain. No matter how many countless hours I did all the things, the darkness still remained. The brokenness shattered again and again. What little I'd fixed went out the window. Because when I help others, I reside in that darkness and muck, so I am able to reach them where they are. I am able to relate to them and never forget. I am able to see them through those shadows and horrors they live with because I know what it is to be broken. Because horror does not frighten me. I have made peace with my demons plenty of times, and they surround me not as curses but as lessons. That's not the pretty thing to say, the appropriate thing to do or speak. To admit that I don't think being broken is wrong, but here I am, and here I say it. For me, for you, for who needs to hear it. Hate me if you wish. I do not mind being hated. I am used to being hated. I only fear being loved deeply and intimately, and yet I still try. My tears do not weaken me. My pain does not lessen me. My brokenness does not mean I cannot find happiness or happy moments. It does not mean I will hurt another. It means I understand the depths of a person who suffers in any way, even if not personally versed in that individual lesson. It means the words I speak are often heard and related to, even if my story isn't the same as their own. I understand deeply a soul that needs healing and faith in something, because I have been that faith and inspiration, even when I felt none in myself. Even when I couldn't keep smiling, I made another smile. Even when I went to bed miserable and crying endlessly, I'd made another's day brighter. Brokenness does not mean mean and miserable. It does not mean harm to others. It simply means that my wings may never work right, but they are still there. The words to heal and help are still there. The understanding is still there. The ability to offer love still there. So when those dark nights creep in, and I once more battle those thoughts and feelings back, I'm simply a quiet testament that it can be done. I don't have to say it can be. I am showing it can be. If someone wishes to judge and condemn and avoid because of who I am, that is for them to decide. I'm sure plenty will condemn for having the audacity to believe anything about myself is special. I have seen that as a growing trend. I'm not sure if men get it, but us women, how dare we have any semblance of belief that any part of us is special or that we are? How dare we believe we hold worth for anything? It's a sad space when some believe they have a right to cut someone down who may be trying to find one reason that their presence matters on this earth. One thing that people see them for and want them around for. One singular reason that maybe, just maybe, one should keep trying to be here, to be noticed. I am the black sheep, the ostracized, the avoided. I am also the loved, the adored, the celebrated, the respected, the cherished, by those who truly see me in all of this and love me anyway, reminding me that even in the darkest moments, I am capable of being loved and wanted and needed. Even while I suffer, they will remain with me and show me I am worth that, and they feel the love I give them in those quiet moments. I'm still there too. I am the face of the broken, but you would never know unless I told you, or you looked deep into my eyes that have seen too much, been through too much, and have grown tired, very tired. More to come. Thank you for reading and subscribing, or listening in this case. I'm beyond grateful you chose to spend this time with me. What are your thoughts? Engage with me and start a conversation. Just don't be rude about it. And as always, your shares are so incredibly appreciated. Share with anyone you think may enjoy this. Word of mouth is the best form of expanding the reach, so this reaches the eyes and ears of whoever may enjoy it. My donation link, if you found value in this and would like to support me to help keep it going, is coffee.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. That's ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. Every little bit helps, so thank you for your generosity. Remember, kings and queens, everyone is fighting battles inside nobody can see. Who are you willing to see today? And who are you willing to let see you today? I hope someone can bring a smile to you today, or you can bring a smile to someone else. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you are more than welcome to, and I'd love to connect you there. For Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, I have to use Kimberly Sue Iverson. There is also a page for Redhead Rewriting Reality on Facebook, but for X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Telegram, and most other socials, you can find me under Kimber Bites. That's KIMBERBITES, which is what I normally use. Do you like Snapchat? Feel free to add me under Feisty Kitty. That's FEISTYKITTY. I usually try to use the same picture across the board, but you can always ensure you have the right person by checking my website link cave, which is KimberlySueIverson.com/linkcave. Want a chance for your story to be featured? Whether you're an author starting out, published and want to boost, have a tale of old to tell that has been passed down through family, or just want to share your own life experience, get in touch. Email stories2read@KimberlySueIverson.com. That's stories2read@KimberlySueIverson.com.